Hey everyone, welcome to Tio and Tito podcast. We're your hosts, Tio and Tito, and today, very special episode. We're gonna be talking about Valentine's Day. Some of our experiences with Valentine's Day. Obviously, we're both married. We have our own wives, and yeah, we love them dearly.
Sometimes, mostly,
Mostly,
all the time, all the time, all the time.
uh, we've that reminds me. We've actually had a conversation with Toby recently because he yelled at me the other day. He's like, I'm not gonna love you anymore if we do this. Like he was mad. He's like, I'm not gonna love you. I'm like, you're still gonna love me. You might not like me. He
Mm.
just and he couldn't get it. Obviously, he's 4. He doesn't understand that.
Mm.
But then Lily, my wife, she chimes in and she's like, "That's right, Toby. I will always love you, but I don't always like you."
Oh,
And Toby just looks at me like, "No, you always like me. You always like me."
and all was well.
Yeah. I'm like, sure,
I
Toby. Sure.
I am not looking forward to the day when Isaiah is able to verbally communicate that. That's gonna did it's like I mean it's probably not his first time saying that, or was it maybe to you?
He's said it before. I mean, even
Yeah.
with the little girls already, like I'll be like to Iris, I was like, I love you. Do you love me? And they're like, no. I was like, okay.
Yeah, it's already hurtful when like Isaiah doesn't want to come hang out with me or be with me or reciprocate his my affection for him.
Yeah.
Um,
Or
but to for
they'll
him
like
to verbally say
turn
it,
away or
oh
something.
yeah, exactly. For him to verbally say it, that's gonna be a whole new level. I'll just cry when it happens.
Yeah. But yeah, obviously we love our wives. I like my wife too. She's my best friend. So I'll always say that. I married my best friend, so it
Mm.
makes obviously being together a lot more fun, a lot easier. Um, but yeah, so
Yeah, I feel like there's so many things that we can go into about talking about our
I
wives,
know we
but
could talk about them all day. But
yeah,
let's try to focus on Valentine's Day for now.
Valentine's
Um,
Day.
do you remember your first Valentine's Day with Angel?
My first Valentine's Day with Angel.
Yeah. If not, I know a lot of people will remember your first date.
I yeah, I was gonna go with my first date,
Okay.
just because I don't recall our first Valentine. But our first date was actually at Disneyland.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
like
but
I think I didn't go to Disneyland with Lily until like our 1 year anniversary of dating.
gotcha. Well, there's like obviously there's like a whole lot of backstory to it, and long story short is we were both annual pass holders when they weren't like a ridiculous price.
When they were
Um,
$1 million.
yeah, when they weren't $1 million. And so it was I think it was Veterans Day weekend or one of the holidays in the fall that we had like a day off or something. So we just spent the day up there. And we weren't. I don't think we were officially boyfriend and girlfriend yet. You know, that was still a thing. It's funny when you think about the stages of dating or relationships rather, not dating, the stages of relationships. There used to be a class that Pat, our youth minister, would do on dating, or excuse me, on relationships and defining what you guys are, or like what stage you're at, right? So there was like dating, boyfriend and girlfriend. I'm sure there's a whole bunch of other stuff in between and stuff after and before that. And I didn't really get it until, I was in a relationship with Angel. It was one of those things where we, we started talking, or we knew each other since high school, but we went separate ways, and then we came back together, and then we knew we had feelings for each other, but we never really made things official. Um, so we were in this kind of stage of dating, um, where there weren't any labels, and so yeah, so that was our first date at Disneyland. Again, annual pass holder, so we didn't have to splurge on tickets or anything. Um, but it was a great time. I mean, happiest place on earth. Um, Maybe not so much for your wallet, but uh, definitely for both
Hmm.
of us, it was a great experience. And a nice and then a cool thing to talk about. When people ask us about our first date, we
Yeah,
get to brag that it was at Disneyland.
that's a that's a big brag. I think our one of the earliest dates I remember, I think it was like our first date. Uh, we went out to get food, to get lunch, and I feel like most of our dates revolved around food.
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah, but we there was this like teriyaki place by the university by Cal Poly, and it was called Jinza, and we everyone would go there. We would always go there. I'm like, hey, let's just go to Jinza because it's cheaper. We're obviously college students, so
Mm.
don't have money to spend like that. And and that's I don't know why, but that just like imprinted on my mind as like one of the first places we went together, like purposefully, like just her and I to go and eat together and kind of like start dating from there. But then with Lily, I think when we like officially started dating, I don't know. I don't even remember how I asked her to be my girlfriend. I don't know what we count from. That's the thing. Because we
Yeah,
started
yeah.
talking, and like you said, you start dating, and
Okay.
I had dated girls before, but none of them were ever like my girlfriend, right?
Mm,
Like I
mm,
would go
mm-hmm.
out on dates, we would talk here and there, and that was like throughout like high school. But then once I got to college and got into like a serious relationship, Lily was my first girlfriend, and really like getting into that, I don't think I really asked her to be my girlfriend until like
Oh shoot.
four. Well, I asked her maybe
Oh,
like
okay.
the
You eventually asked her.
summer.
Okay.
I asked her, yeah, the summer when she was out of school. I think I went to San Diego when she was living there. I was in LA, and I asked her there to be my girlfriend. But yeah, yeah, it's I don't know, man.
Blur.
It's
It's all a
crazy.
blur.
It's all a blur. It happens
Yeah.
so fast. No.
Even though it was a blur, for me, it's funny. Like I said, we were in this like weird dating stage, and whenever we would meet each other's like circle of friends or family, uh, specifically the friends, uh, she wouldn't know how to introduce me, and I felt like that was like low key her way of like giving me like throwing hints at me like, hey, you need to ask me out because like I want to introduce you as my boyfriend, but you're not really my boyfriend, and it's just kind of weird, kind of a thing. It was fine. It was fine the way it is, but I think it was just like a random. I'm just gonna make up a day of the week. It was like a Tuesday or Wednesday or something, day of the week, and she was like on her way to work, leaving for work, and I just stopped her in like her parking lot. And I just asked her to be my girlfriend. I'm like, there, you happy, kind of a thing. So
Are
loving.
you happy?
Hi, she's hi.
She's right there. That's great, man.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
with Lily. I mean, so I know you know, but Lily made the first move with me.
Mm,
So
mm,
she had this whole like elaborate thing planned out where she invited a bunch of people to the beach, and like I took a bunch of like my friends with me, and it was her friends, and she had like planned it all out where her and I would end up like riding carpooling in the same car, and she like hold my hand and like cuddle with me the whole time. And then
hey,
from there, like we actually like started dating. But so to all the women out there, it's okay to make the first move. Like
yep.
it works out. Like some men, like some of the best guys out there are just oblivious, like I was. Like
Mm,
legit, like I thought she was beautiful. I thought she was really cool. I just didn't think she was into me.
yep.
And that's what I needed. But she like went all out and showing me that she was really into me. I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
No, no,
yeah.
I
Like I almost
definitely.
felt like she was like out of my league, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I could probably like she wouldn't date me type of thing,
Yeah.
and I didn't have the most confidence when I was in college at that time. So yeah, so it was really cool how that kind of turns out. And of course, I think you would find knowing Lily, she wants something, she goes for it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
You have a very similar story in high school. Angel actually asked me out to homecoming, but similarly to you, I'm like, why are you asking me? Like, out of all people, like out of all the guys that are out there, out
Yeah.
of all the fish in the sea, why am I the one fish that you want to ask out to homecoming? And it was like kind of it was during like after one of our class, our pre-con confirmation classes. so kind of an audience, and I'm like, wow, this is cool. Like being part, like being like the center of attention for a change, and um, but yeah, again, what totally wasn't expecting it, and I guess I didn't do well enough because after that we went our separate ways.
Mm.
I'm just kidding. She's right there. That's why. But it was a great night. It was a good night from what I can recall. Um, but yeah, it was really cool to kind of have the roles reversed, in that situation.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, it was. I don't know where I'm going with this, but because
Yeah.
she's making me nervous just staring at.
That's cute. That's cute. Uh, One thing Lily did do though, even though she made the first move, she waited for me
Mm,
to give the first kiss and to say I
mm,
love you first. She waited
mm-hmm,
very patiently. I'm pretty sure she knew I loved her before I knew I loved her,
mm,
type of thing. But she did wait for that, kind of just waiting for me to figure it out myself. Also, her knowing full well that it was my first real relationship or serious relationship. So yeah.
gotcha.
Um, Going back
Yeah, I
to
mean,
okay,
I was gonna say just I think we were gonna segue into a different topic. It just
yeah,
what I was gonna say was, my early memories of Valentine's Day were getting like the little cardboard cutout cards, the one that folded in half, the one that had like candy taped to the card, and you would get like it handed out. You would hand it out to like the class, right? Like
yeah.
elementary,
Oh yeah,
and coming like back with it was like a mini Halloween. You'd get candy. Like you don't care about the card, and at least I didn't. I didn't get any special cards.
yeah.
Um, but I mean, I do recall some times where, you know, uh, girls would pass out cards, and then there was always that one person that would get like a special card that was like bigger and better than out of the other cards they passed. And at that time, I didn't really think of it um, as to why I didn't get it because again, I was happy with my candy. Um, but yeah, that's my very early memory of
Yeah.
Valentine's Day.
I mean, it's a thing in schools now, right? Like
Oh yeah.
even now at Toby's age, like he's 4, he goes to daycare at a Catholic school, and for Valentine's Day, they're like, if you bring something, that you have to bring it for everyone, right? And I think it's like
Hmm.
that through elementary, probably parts of middle school, depending on the school if you stay private or not. But I remember once you're like in middle school and high school, you could pay for those like grams that'd be sent
Yes.
to people
Yeah.
like during class, and it was always like embarrassing for them.
Hmm.
I remember those. I feel like that was kind of like Valentine's Day for most kids, but that's the most I got from Valentine's Day in high school too. Like I never really had a Valentine or went out on a date for Valentine's Day, especially in high school. You got no money. Like, how much are you
Yeah.
actually gonna be able to do?
Ball on a budget.
Right.
Um, my so that was elementary for me, and then in middle school, uh, Valentine's Day. My earliest memory in middle school was I actually asked out. I asked out my first girlfriend, uh, through AOL Instant Messenger on
Dang.
Valentine's Day to be my girlfriend, right? And so I had gotten her like I think a card and like a stuffed animal and everything, and but we got home from school, and I was trying to build up the courage to ask this person out at school, but obviously it didn't happen. So I waited till after school to get on AIM, and then I shot my shot, and it was one of those things where there wasn't a reply for a really long time, and so I'm just like sweating
It
and
was
nervous
probably just
and
like 10 seconds or something.
hyperventilating. Right, yeah, right. It was probably, yeah. What felt like an eternity was really like 5 seconds, and she's probably just trying to type it out. Um, she did say yes, but I felt
But
like it was a pity. I mean, I think for both of us, we were. She said yes to me asking her out, but we didn't really act like boyfriend and girlfriend in middle school. Um, I would walk with her, but we wouldn't like hold hands or have physical contact or anything. Never kissed. Um, so Yeah, like I said, very this is my very first, memory of asking someone out, but nothing came out of it, so I don't really count it. But it was on Valentine's Day, and um, to this day, it's something that I remember, and now I feel sad.
No,
But then I'm happy because I see Angel.
you came out winning. You came out winning.
I came out winning. Yeah, man.
Uh,
I don't know. I think you and I have similar stories in that. I think when we were growing up, um, or at least when I was growing up, I didn't have a whole lot of confidence, and I had kind of a low self esteem,
mm,
right? And so, I thought I was going to be that guy who wasn't really gonna be in a relationship for a really long time. Um, and I don't know what really changed. I stayed true to myself. Um, and like you said, I think both of us, and I can happily say that we came out winning.
yep.
So I don't know. Is that similar for you?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think I had some confidence in high school. The only thing is I didn't really like with girls, I just didn't really care sometimes.
Mm,
And I was like I would see especially like my friends with their girlfriends and stuff at the time. Like one of my closest friends, his now wife, he has kids with, and they met in high school, and they were both my friends. And
no.
like I saw that, and I always wanted that, but I never like put myself out there because
Yeah.
I don't know, fear, probably.
Yes. Yeah.
Because
Yeah. Absolutely.
I felt like I was confident, like I was a bit of like a class clown at times too. Like I had no
Mm,
problem like speaking up and talking to people, but when it came to like asking a girl out, it that was rough for me. And even like the few days that I went on like asking a girl to like the movies and
yeah.
going, it was just so nerve wracking. Even the dates themselves were nerve wracking. And I was like, I'd be in the movies and like, well, I had one really bad experience when I was in high school. I actually went on a date. I asked this girl out to the movies. I knew she liked me,
Mm,
and I was actually she was 2 years younger than me, and I was friends with her brother, and her brother was like, "Go for it, like I trust you, right?" And I asked her how we went to the movies. The brother trusted me, but her parents didn't. So we're
mm,
at the movies, and she's like, "By the way, my dad's sitting in the back row." I was like, "What?" So after that experience, I was like, "I don't know, man. This is weird." So
yo.
yeah, like the whole dating in high school is such a mess too. Like it's so
Yeah.
hard, and it's almost like embarrassing for me to like I didn't drive in high school. So
What?
to go to a date, my parents would have to drop me off. I couldn't pick up a date on my own, or
Oh, I did
or
not know
or
this,
one of my friends would have to pick me up. It'd be like my buddy Brian or John would have to like pick me up from a date or drop me off. But so it
bro.
was always like embarrassing until I finally got to college. Until I didn't get my license till I was 18.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, once I was in college, the first few months of college didn't really date or anything, and then I met Lily, and she just made it really easy. Like even
Nice. That's the best.
the dates we went on with her, like I don't remember feeling like nervousness. It was just so like calming. It was easy to talk to her, so it just made sense.
Nice. Yeah, man, that's the best. Uh, when things are easy like that, or you're putting in effort like with the least amount of effort, or I don't know. It sounds kind of weird to say or think about, but it's you don't have to try
Yeah,
very hard, but you also do want at the same time because you want to give this person everything,
yeah, yeah,
and they deserve the best, right? But they just make it so easy, and we're just blessed with with some great wives, and
yeah.
if you ask me, uh, what is it? High school was over 10 years ago now. Wow, over 10 years ago, when Angel asked me out to homecoming, this is where we'd be at in our lives today. Even when we started dating again in 2015, if you ask me today, this is if you asked me in 2015, this is where we'd be today. Heck no, that would have. This is it's just a crazy life, and it's all for the good. And no, it's all for the best. And Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, man. Um, Speaking of putting out your best, giving your best for them, has there been one like Valentine's Day where you like went all out?
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I'll give you some time to think about it because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have one
You got
top of
something?
mind, obviously,
Okay.
and
Okay.
it was as all out as I could go at the time. Again, college, no money, but
Yeah.
I don't remember it was our first Valentine's Day or it was like the following year. I do remember she was in the dorms at Cal Poly, and I like got up super early. I got a bunch of food and I made like this like huge like breakfast and brunch and like French toast and I elevated it was like brulee, strawberries and chocolates and
Dang,
stuff.
okay.
And I made the breakfast for her. Like I remember her breakfast was like special, like just for her. It was like heart shaped French toast and stuff. And then I made extra French toast for her roommates, for the three girls that lived with her. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, it's Valentine's Day. I knew two of them didn't have like significant others. So, and I'm very inclusive. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make them some too. Like, they'll feel special. Someone did something for them on Valentine's Day, but like the proper like heart shape, like French toast and everything is gonna go. It's gonna go to Lily, and I remember doing that for her, and I was very proud of myself. I was like, okay, like I thought of something like romantic I can do for her, and it wasn't just going
Hey,
out and buying
yeah.
something, right?
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
Well
and then
done.
I remember later that night, I had a actually that wasn't on Valentine's Day. It's a different date that we had gone on. But my good friend Keith, he's our good friend. Shout out to Keith. He worked at a dessert place called Guppies at the time, and they had like all types of different
Puppies?
guppies. Yeah, like the fish.
Like, okay, okay.
Yeah, but it was a dessert place, and they had like the brick toast. It was like super nice and and they had like the snow like uh ice with like syrups and stuff that you can have and ice cream. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was
Mm-hmm.
amazing. Guppies was awesome, and he was a manager there at the time. And I texted him that I was bringing a girl to Guppies. And he's like,
Hey.
I got you, I got you. And I was like, okay, dope. And we go and I think we had just gone to dinner and we were going there for dessert. And it was a special occasion. I feel like it was Valentine's Day, but it might not have been. But
Mm-hmm.
we go, we sit down, and we order dessert, right? And
Yeah.
Keith goes all out in the back and like puts extra strawberries on it and puts the chocolate in the shape of a
Dang.
heart and everything. And I was like, oh, okay, he hooked it up. And it comes out, and Lily was so hungry, she just starts eating it. Doesn't even say anything about the design. She just like goes for it. And I just
Dang.
look over at Keith, and he's just like bent over in the back laughing because she never said anything. I was like,
Oh.
I thought it was funny. I didn't want to ruin it. I didn't want to make her feel bad in the moment. But I think to this day, she's like, no, there was nothing on it. And both me and Keith are like, yes, there was. Like, she sees strawberries and chocolate and she just can't think of anything else.
That's freaking funny,
Yeah,
dude.
it's great.
For
But yeah,
me, see, my love language, not for receiving, for giving, is gifts.
mm,
And so, it's getting things that Angel wants, or taking her out. It usually involves, like you said earlier, it involves us eating out. So usually it's one of those few times a year where we get to splurge
mm,
on food or restaurants on
mm,
places that we normally wouldn't eat at,
yeah.
like on a weekend, right?
To go on a tangent, you guys are
Yeah.
great gift givers. Like all
Oh,
the
thank
gifts
you.
we've ever gotten from you or you've gotten for our kids, they're like so thoughtful. And I'm always like, I could never think of something this good. Like you show someone how well you know them by the gift you get them. I
Mm,
think that's really cool.
thank you.
Yes.
We appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah, no, and for me, I like to, I like to think I give practical gifts, so things that I know they'll use, you know, pretty often. Not something that's just like a shelf sitter, right? Um, and it's going back to the food, it's again, it's restaurants where you look at the bill, it's for two, but you look at the bill, it's like you ate for 10,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
those kind of restaurants. So that's our thing. Like we like to go out and you know try new restaurants or go back to ones that we've had before
Hmm.
and enjoyed and just go all out. Pretend like there's no budget for the hour or two that you're dining out and just enjoying each other's company.
Yeah.
Um, but I can't think of a specific moment. I'm gonna pull celebrity here, babe. Can you think of a specific Valentine's Day, or can you recall one? Okay, that's all I needed.
She said no.
So I, I feel a little less bad now.
Yeah.
I do remember, we got engaged on February 11th, uh,
Mm.
2018.
Are you asking?
February 11th. I just know February 11th. I don't remember the year. February 11th. And for that Valentine's Day that year, we went to pho. We had pho. I don't
Nice.
know. I'm like, babe, I just bought this ring. Is it cool if we could get like a little lower budget,
Yeah.
a little lower budget meal?
Went to
But
like fuck it out around the corner right there.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yep. Just
That's
had some good
awesome.
old pho.
Hey,
We
pho's
were
good.
good.
And
Yeah.
so for us too, like, so Valentine's Day is not that important for us,
Mm,
right?
mm, mm.
We won't like go out of our way for Valentine's Day, and we'll like jokingly ask each other at some point, "Will you be my Valentine?" But other than that, it's not that important to us. But I
Yeah.
mean, we do, especially now with three kids, we do try to make an effort to go out just the two of us once in a while. Like if my parents are in town, and they're really good
Hmm.
about it too. They're like, "Hey, if you guys want to go catch a movie or something, like we can watch all the kids. Like go for it. Like just the two of you." And we've been blessed, both with my parents and my mother-in-law, that they help us out and they make sure that we can take time for ourselves too with each other. And then we have our days every week, Mondays or Wednesdays and Fridays every week.
Hmm.
Those evenings are for me and Lily. Like we watch our shows, we hang out, we'll maybe play a game, and it's just like that's our moment to be together. If we like, we'll decide some days like, oh, we're gonna give the kids dinner, and once they go down, we're gonna go and order in some food and just splurge, just
Mm.
us two. Like, yeah, like we did that during COVID often,
Oh
and
yeah.
it was great, and yeah, we like to do that. But even then, like with Valentine's Day, I think we'll like plan something little. I'll still try to get her flowers, get each other a
Mm.
card, things like that. But yeah, I think in the past we've definitely skipped some Valentine's days,
I
and
think so too. Like,
yeah, or
I'm
we
looking back.
like pick a different day
Yeah.
to celebrate it. It's like, hey, how about we do it like the weekend before or the weekend after, just because
Hmm.
it's easier to get out and do something.
And yeah, it's crazy. Like, you
Yeah.
can't eat anywhere like on Valentine's Day for dinner
Mm-mm.
or in a restaurant.
Yeah.
It's impossible if you
Yeah.
don't have reservations. And a lot of restaurants, a lot of like the fancy places is they'll have like a specific menu or it's it's overpriced. They bring the prices up because they
Yeah.
can. And so I'm talking about like us going out to dinner. It's more likely than not it's on a day that's not Valentine's Day
Yes.
because
Yeah.
either we couldn't get a reservation on that day or because we knew it'll just be easier and a better experience for us to dine out on a different day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's putting too much importance on that one day just
yeah.
for, I don't know. It's just such a random day to pick, like the 14th of February, just to
And no connection to relevancy to Saint Valentine.
right, right.
Like
But yeah, do you guys have any plans this year for Valentine's Day? It's next
we
week.
ha- we have
Ooh,
reservations to Din
uh,
Tai Fung.
oh,
No, pho, you do not need a reservation. If you're
yeah,
making reservations at a pho restaurant, you need to find a new pho place because you shouldn't be making reservations at a pho
right.
restaurant. No, Angel made reservations to Din Tai Fung. She knows what she wanted, and
What's
I'm
that?
cool with that too. Dim Sum,
Dim sum. Okay.
Dim Sum, Din Tai Fung at
Yeah.
UTC. It is delicious. We love it.
Are you taking
Um,
Isaiah?
Isaiah, yeah, we're gonna go for lunch.
Okay,
And Isaiah, it's gonna be Isaiah's first time. No, he's been there with us where he's eating solids. But he's eating like good now. So
nice.
yeah, we're excited
You
to
can
have him
eat a
try
little.
some
Yeah,
new things. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
awesome.
What about you? What about you guys?
So Lily, she jokingly sent me this uh this picture where like the stars have aligned, like Valentine's Day is falling on Taco Tuesday. And I was like, does this
Oh,
mean you want tacos? Because there's actually a really good spot here called Senor Burro, right here in Forest, and they do Taco Tuesdays, and they have some of the best like adobada tacos that I've had, and we've gotten it a few times. I'm like, do you just want to go all out and just buy like a bunch of tacos while the kids are at daycare? And she's like,
that's
heck yeah,
right.
yeah, let's do that. So I actually like blocked off my work calendar for 2 hours so we can go get a bunch of tacos. And I don't know if we're gonna eat in there, bring them here, but that's what we're doing. We're just gonna eat as many tacos as we can.
Nice.
That's our Valentine's Day.
Also lunch, right? Also
Also
lunch.
lunch, yeah, yeah,
See, man, that's the way to do it. All this stressing over dinner and stuff. Like, if you ain't cooking at home, then why
yeah.
you stressing over eating out?
There was
Um,
a fancy, probably the fanciest dinner place we've been to since we've been in San Diego. I took her for our anniversary. Uh, See, last year or 2 years ago? I think it was two years ago. It was in La Jolla, so it was super nice. A couple of the guys from church recommended it, and it was really good. It was an awesome experience, and it's one of the ones where like you don't get to choose. They just like the chef brings out what they want for that meal,
ooh.
and it was really good. The only problem that both of us have with that is usually the portions. So we left there. I think we walked around La Jolla for a little, and then we ended up going to like In and Out or something. Because we're like, "Are you hungry?" It's like, "Yeah, I'm hungry. Okay, let's go get more food."
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, and also we both like cooking, so I know there's
Mhm.
been Valentine's Day where we splurge on like ingredients
Yes.
and we
Yep.
just cook it at home. Like I love my steaks, so we got
Hmm.
some like really nice, like expensive steaks. She loves shrimp, so she made like shrimp skewers. We made our own surf and turf at home, and like we've done that several times, and it's yeah. And luckily we both like cooking. It's a little harder now with the kids, but
Yeah.
before, I mean, we would just both be in the kitchen, and we enjoy each other's company while we're cooking too. So it's fun. It's a fun experience to do those types of things together.
Yeah, man. We love saying we love the steaks, and it's we go from getting that Bonds cut to maybe upgrading to a Costco
The
cut, so it's a
Costco.
little thicker and it has a little more marbleization.
Yeah.
Whereas Bonds, it's like just straight up red meat. There's no like white fat like drizzling through the meat. So for special occasions, we'll upgrade to that Costco cut. Um, and Costco has some good steaks. You
Yeah,
know,
they do.
um,
Surprisingly, they do.
but you can make a Von steak work for any meal of the day. But uh, when you're splurging, gotta get a little thicker cut.
Yes.
Um, but yeah, freaking those fancy restaurants. I feel like they that's what they bamboozle us by. They have the different steak sizes, and you're like, okay, 8 ounce, no, 12 ounce, no. You're looking for like that 32 or 64 ounce steak.
Yeah.
You're like, yep, that's the one. I don't care how much it is. They probably don't even advertise the price to begin with.
No. Market
You
price.
just yeah, exactly. And then you just go order it, and you're like, yep, it was delicious. And you look at the bill,
Oh well.
worth it.
Yeah. But yeah. Any recommendations for gifts for people for Valentine's Day?
Oh,
Maybe stuff you've already done, so no one, so Angel doesn't hear.
you Nah, we're not doing gifts.
No.
We don't. Yeah, we stopped. We don't really do gifts. I think we stopped even before we were
Mm,
married.
mm.
I think it's just one of those things where it's if we want it or we need it, we get it like when we when we can, right? If
Yeah.
it's in the budget, why wait till Valentine's Day or
Yeah.
whatever holiday? if it's something we know we want, it's something we know we're going to use, why wait?
Yeah.
Let's just get it.
Every
Um,
every Valentine's Day and every anniversary, Lily and I will ask each other, "Are we getting each other gifts?" Even for like Christmas too. Are we getting each other gifts
um,
this year? And usually it's no, but sometimes either one or the other like really wants to get the other one a gift. We're like, okay, that's fine. Like this is what we're gonna spend on each other,
mhm.
and that's fine. I myself though I'm a horrible gift giver, and I have a notes. I had to create this, and Lily told me to do it. Uh, I have a note in my phone that's literally just gifts for Lily. And whenever she mentions that she likes something or something is cool or anything of that nature, I write it down in there because I'm not gonna remember it when it comes to getting her a gift.
The next holiday. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, or the
Or
next birthday or anything.
whatever occasion. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and like today, she showed me these like exercise equipment that's superhero themed, and I was like, oh, these are pretty cool.
Ooh,
It's like a Iron Man kettlebell and like
that's like a win-win for both of you.
right, yeah, and there's like plates that look like the Captain America shield, and I was like, oh, those are really cool. So add them to the list. Like if these ever go on sale, you never know. Like maybe I can get one for Lily. She'd be happy with it. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like I have to keep that list because if not, I total blank. I don't know what to get anyone as gifts. It's hard for me. But I think my algorithms on like TikTok and stuff, they know that Valentine's Day is around the corner, so it obviously knows. But then I don't know if you get those advertisements at all where they're telling you like, "Oh, get this for your significant other or for your girlfriend."
Yeah, yeah.
And
I get like the Spotify like glass case thing, like,
yes,
but
like your
you can
first
like
song.
scan your song. It's like, oh, okay, that's nice. Lately I've been getting like the storybooks because I
Yeah,
think because with Isaiah now it's like you can customize your own storybook.
nice.
So going back
Oh
to like
yeah,
gift recommendations, it's hard with Valentine's Day because like you wanna. It's I think with like Christmas and birthdays, it's like it's a gift. Like something it's something they're gonna like. But with Valentine's Day, it's like it's more than just getting them a gift that they like. I think maybe I'm just overthinking it, but you want it to mean something special, like more
yeah,
special, right? Um, so anything that you can like customize, I'm always a fan of. So that's catered,
yeah.
to your guys' relationship or to to
Mhm.
the boyfriend or girlfriend that you're giving it to. So I'm all about like that customization.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you guys do you have a song that you would put in that plaque if you bought it?
oh man, a song. If something by Gay Bondoc, um, we always tease my brother-in-law, her brother, that if he just recorded his song that he sung for us at his wedding, that's something we like plaster everywhere and
Oh, that was a beautiful
scan.
song.
But he hasn't. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, he hasn't recorded it yet. Yeah, and he's been telling us. Um, Thank you, babe. The Math by Gabe Bondoc. That's the
Yeah,
song
there you
that
go.
we would put on there. Um, but yeah, no, Orion song. Recorded our song so we can put it on our
Yeah.
Spotify glass case and
Do it.
scan it and give it to everyone to share. Um, but yeah, our fallback
Okay.
would be Game Bod Duck.
Yeah.
But you guys,
There two come to mind. There's a song that I
bodies.
there's a song that I sang to her when I proposed, and that
Hmm.
was Lemonade by Passion. I feel like everyone
Nice.
that was like everyone's relationship song at some point. Right? So many people, especially like Filipinos, they're like
Yep.
super into that song. But uh I think I would lean more towards Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran. That was our first dance.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's that. And just hearing that song, it always like brings me back to that moment. And for her too. So yeah, that's our song for sure. And that's what I put on the plaque. Have you seen
Nice.
have you seen any advertisements for the like uh artists that'll like create a custom song for you so you can get to your girlfriend?
No,
Yeah.
I could see that like for you. That's totally like something that would
Yeah.
on your For You page, but not from. I have not seen that.
I don't
Like
even know
what
how
kind
Lily
of?
would react to that.
What kind of artist though? Like who is the person doing the like just some random
I don't know. It looks
artist?
like it's like through an app or something, and you pay someone almost like Fiverr, but you just pay someone to write a song depending on like what you tell them about your relationship and about the other
I
person. Some of them that I heard sounded like country songs. Others were like R&B ish. Obviously, they're all love songs, so you can't stray too far from those two genres.
Why pay when you can just use AI?
I'm, I'm gonna open up Chat GPT. Write me a
Yeah,
song for my wife. This is her personality.
write me a Valentine's Day song.
That'd be
10 verses, make it rhyme, you know,
make it
and it'll
rhyme.
spit out chat GPT will spit out something good.
Let's just give
I
you a rap song.
guarantee.
Give me eight
Yep.
bars
Yep.
in the
Dude,
style
that's
of
the
Busta Rhymes.
sorry, like a little tangent, but I love with ChatGPT, you can get that specific and it'll
Yeah,
follow your instructions. And sometimes you have to.
yeah,
If you're not, it's like if you don't, then it's like for me, it's the opposite of Google. With Google, like I want to be like little generic. That way I get a lot of hits, but with ChatGPT, you gotta be specific. Otherwise,
you
you
get
just type in some generic, you're gonna get like some whack answer.
yep, yep.
Um, but
But
I
yeah,
love
you
AI.
know what? Chat GPT could probably get some good idea. Actually, I have the tab open. Let me see.
What are you looking up?
Valentine's Day gifts. Here you
Ooh,
go.
yes. And I'm gonna peruse the internet real
All
quick,
right.
see what the top gifts are.
Recommend 5 Valentine's Day gifts. Date ideas. Dates
Oh,
for a
dates.
couple.
Okay,
All right.
we're not doing gifts no more.
It's
Dates.
thinking. I'm just gonna do dates.
Okay.
I suck at gifts. That's fine. Dates. Here you go. Top 5 recommended date ideas for couples. A couple's cooking class. Learn to cook a romantic meal
Ooh,
together.
yes, that is something I want
Yeah.
to do.
I kind of mentioned that. I kind of mentioned like that we like to cook together. So yeah.
Yeah, but like taking a class, like I've seen some of those, and
Mm.
I know it's like it's probably something you normally wouldn't make your own kitchen. I mean, you could make in your kitchen, but don't want to make the effort of getting the ingredients and stuff like pasta. Like I would love to make fresh pasta, but I don't have the time or the space to roll out flour and
No.
eggs and oil on my
We
countertop and
would
clean
just
all
end
that
up
up.
yelling at each other.
Like the time you guys built a grill.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, okay. What else? Cooking class is
wine
good. That's a good one.
wine tasting. Wine tasting tour. Visit local vineyards and taste various wines. That'd be
Okay.
cool. There's some good vineyards out here in San Diego, like Rancho Bernardo area. A couple's spa day. Ooh, I know you like that one.
I like spa.
Yeah,
I think we did a spa day. I don't think it was for Valentine's Day, but it might have been. But
yeah,
yeah, a couple spa. That's nice.
yeah. I've only done that once with Lily, and it was actually yeah, it was nice. It was fun.
Is it in San Diego or back in Covina?
It was in San Diego. It was where was it? I don't know. It was close to Mira Mesa where we used to live.
Okay. Yeah, ours must have been like some bougie place because it was in downtown, and you wore the white robe and everything, and
No,
yeah,
our
you got offered like cucumber water at the door and everything.
nice. Oh no, ours was just like I'm pretty sure they have like multiple locations. It's like a franchise spa.
Oh, hey man, spas are expensive, so
Yeah,
no matter what spa you're
that
going
worked
to, you're
out.
splurging.
I mean
You're splurging.
the nicest spa we've actually been to before, or that I really liked is one in Mexico, but they have like the
Oh,
mud springs, so you go and like
ugh.
you go into the mud and it's supposed to be like rejuvenating for your skin, and then you rinse off and you go into the different like hot tubs, and like some hot tubs are full of like tea, like specific teas. Like it was interesting, but it was definitely
Yeah, I don't.
it was different. It was unique, but I
A
liked it.
mud bath?
Yeah.
That's yuck.
All right,
All right, what's
number
number?
four.
What's number four?
Number 4, an adventure day.
Ugh.
Go rock climbing,
Ugh.
kayaking, or some other exciting activity. We're in San Diego. We that I'm sure a lot of people do that. Like go on a hike Valentine's
Oh
Day
yeah,
morning.
no doubt. But I
Not for us.
I take San Diego like for granted so much. Like I'm such a homebody, and I don't care about like the hikes. I don't care about the beach and the sand. It's nice. I know I'll go occasionally, but I don't like the sand. I don't like hiking. I don't like the outdoors. I like it. I like the weather and the food.
Yeah.
But all this outdoorsy stuff, I'll attend for giggles, but to go out of my own way to do a hike,
Yeah.
yeah, pass.
I've been telling Lily I need to appreciate being in San Diego more. And
Yes,
so
I
I'm trying
have
to
the
make
same.
it out to the beach more times this year than I did last year. Trying to, I don't know, just stand outside more.
Yeah, dude, I just feel so bad when like people like that are not from San Diego and I tell them I'm from San Diego and they ask me like all these outdoorsy stuff. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Sorry, can't tell you. Yeah, that's the wrong guy. I can tell you about tacos,
Yeah.
but
Oh yeah,
that's
tacos.
not you.
Tacos here are no joke.
All
Uh,
right, what's number 5?
Number five, staycation. Rent a
Okay.
fancy hotel room for the night and spend quality time together. Yeah, we've done that. We did a. I forgot what it was for. It was one of our anniversaries. Oh, actually, yeah, this was our anniversary last year. We stayed in downtown at the Gas Lamp. We got a nice hotel out there. Had a
Oh,
nice
nice.
dinner. Walked up and down the Gas Lamp. Just had fun. Just the two of us. Parents took care of the kids. So yeah, that was nice. But yeah, staycations always a good way to go. Ahead of before Lily gave birth to the twins, we did a little staycation too. We went out to like Lake Elsinore, and we just got an
That's
Airbnb.
right.
Yeah, we got an
Yeah.
Airbnb out there, just chill, relax with all the
Yeah.
old people.
Did some shopping.
Yeah, do some shopping. Like honestly, that was just so like relaxing
Yeah.
and I know especially for Lily it was exactly what she needed. Like 2 3 months before the she was about to give birth, so it's just like yeah, nothing too crazy, just shopping, eating, swimming in the pool. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's nice. That sounds
I
good.
like the I like the staycation definitely, especially like I was saying, I'm such a homebody. Like a staycation is like a perfect excuse to go to a spot in San Diego where you normally wouldn't visit and hang out in, and just hang out there and be there and try out new things.
Yeah, yeah. And whatever city you're in, just there's so much to do.
Hmm.
And just like get yourself out there.
I'm looking
um,
at like a generic top like 50 list.
top
Number
50.
23, go skydiving.
Oh no, never. Oh man, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
some of these are funny. Adopt a pet together. Wow, that is a bit
That's a commitment.
that is a commitment for Valentine's Day. Uh,
Jeez.
escape room. Escape room is fun. I like escape rooms.
Valentine's Day escape room.
Yeah, but that's like I don't really know a lot of escape rooms meant for just two people. Like if you're with, maybe you can go together as a couple, but you're more likely than not going to
Yeah,
be
you can be
paired
with other
together with
people.
a group.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Some of these are funny.
But yeah, this is a lot of ideas in there. If anyone watching this video has any good ideas for dates or gifts for Valentine's Day, throw them in the comments. Let's hear your best ideas.
Invite all your dateless friends.
If you're single,
Oh, like host your dateless friends.
just rub it
Oh,
in.
yeah.
Rub it in. Hey, look,
Oh,
I have a
host your
girlfriend. You guys don't. Haha.
yeah. Here's dinner.
Just-
Oh
uh,
man.
I heard of people doing like singles parties and stuff like that.
You've heard of it, you said?
Yeah, on Valentine's Day, people doing just singles
Oh,
parties.
that's
Yeah.
that's Gallon that's Galentine's Day, the day before.
What?
Gallon you never heard of Galentine's Day?
No, what's that?
Hold on, am I like completely butchering it or am I completely wrong?
Like
Galentine's
gal isn't
Day.
like gal, like women,
Gal,
gal.
like GAL. The G, yeah, GAL. Galentine's Day. It's a Parks and Rec reference if you watch that.
Yeah.
But yeah, how have you never heard of Galentine's Day
This
then?
is probably one episode
No, it's one of those. It's one of those recurring like
every
themes
season.
and segments they do every season. Yep, yep.
Huh.
But I don't think. Let's see, Galentine's Day. That's right, Galentine's Day, a day for women to celebrate their friendships, with their lady
Oh,
friends.
so screw
It's
the guys.
Valentine's Day, your gals.
Interesting. They're not allowed to do it on the 14th though. They have to do it the day before.
Nope, it has to be the day before. I wonder when ours is. What would ours be?
The Super Bowl.
Valentine's? The Super Bowl. When we're eating our
Yeah,
like
that's right
2
before
billion
Valentine's
wings.
Day.
It is. Super Bowl's on the 12th and Valentine's Day is
That's
just
the
2 days
14th.
after.
Yeah.
Jeez. Well, there you go.
Yep.
If you don't have any Valentine's Day plans, celebrate on Super Bowl.
There you go.
Well, if you do not, you'll have plenty of food to celebrate with.
Yep. Um, in closing, I actually wanted to share a Bible verse. Obviously, we're both men of faith. We try to raise our family in the faith. And there's always some scriptures that really like stand out to me. And there's one that I like to share with the couples that we have go through our Witness to Love program at church. So Lily and I
Mm,
are mentors for engaged couples. And there's this Bible verse that sticks out to me, and I always love to share it because I think it's a beautiful image of what it really means to love your wife, right? So it's specifically for husbands. So this is from Ephesians 5:25. It says, "Husbands, love your wives, just as Christ loved the church, and handed himself over for her." And that one comes to mind, and I talk to the guys about that, just because it's not just loving your wife, like having that feeling of love for her. It's choosing your wife every day and loving her so much to the point of all that you are becomes all that she is. That's the sacrament we promise. That's the promise that we make on the altar when we become husband and wife. That we're there and willing to become one, and the same as Christ loved the church and hands himself over to the church. That's the same way. That's the example we have of how we should love the wives in our lives, right? So how I should love Lily, how I know and I've seen that you love Angel and your
mm,
family. So I just wanted to share that because that one it always stands out to me. I think it's a real cool uh, verse to share around Valentine's Day, especially because I know a lot of people get consumed with like the outward appearance of love on Valentine's
mhm.
Day, the romanticism of it all, but it's important to really look inwardly at that relationship and what it truly means to love someone.
Amen, brother.
Yeah.
Amen.
So yeah, and that wraps up our episode for today. Any final thoughts on Valentine's Day?
Happy Valentine's Day to everyone, single, relationship,
Yep.
whatever, love with your refrigerator, whatever it is. Uh,
Love the food.
happy
Yeah.
Happy Valentine's Day,
Happy
everyone.
Valentine's Day. God bless.